Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. Now this one has been a bit of a long time coming. We're going to do a bit of a tier maker list here, and we're going to go through and I'm going to give my kind of hero rankings, recommendations, where I think all heroes kind of sit, and what I kind of think about each hero. So, and like I said, you know, you guys can take this as a guide if you want to. This is definitely just my personal preference. If you guys don't agree, that is totally okay. You can tell me I'm wrong in the comments below. Like I said, this is my personal opinion, and this is from my experience playing the game. Don't mind me, I am just, as you guys can see, currently moving heroes that I haven't played with or don't know into a tier. But yes, we're going to go through basically these one by one, and I'll explain very briefly kind of why I think the way they are, and I'll kind of move ones into specific regions kind of potentially a bit more quickly, because there's obviously quite a few heroes to go through. This is what I've done so far. So basically we're going to have a couple of tiers. We're going to have like a section for PvP teams. Basically like teams that are like kind of meta or that you would use in the PvP team, and they don't really have too much bearing to outside of that. You've got Demonic Beast specific heroes, fantastic, you know, gods of the game invest in now. Broken units, strong, and then I mean, you guys can read right all the way down to just don't bother and no idea. So I want to quickly describe a couple of these already. I wanted to move a few things into sections already, because otherwise it was going to be a very, very long video, because we're starting from scratch, right? So basically the don't bother, I've basically just taken all of the SR units and the R units that don't really have any applicable, you know, use in the game, so they've just kind of all gone into the don't bother section. There's a few floating around in here that you'd probably need for like reverse stages. If you guys have seen my reverse stages videos that we're kind of slowly working through, there's a few floating around, like you know, I can't remember that guy's name, but Jude and then Ruin and stuff like that. You do use them in reverse stages, but they're not really like, you can get them to like level 80 for like normal awakened, and you should be sweet. So that's fine as it is, right? You've got the no ideas. Honestly, these heroes have either come out before I started playing the game with collab units, etc., or I just don't have them and don't, you know, can't comment on them for you guys, right? So a lot of these are kind of like the Stranger Things collabs and stuff in here, and a few other collabs. There's also, you know, a couple of Roxy's that I just don't have, that I can't comment on. Beatrice I've seen used kind of, well, that might be Beatrice. I've seen the freeze used quite effectively in some PvP matches, and that could be a bit of fun for you guys. The 7 Catastrophes team are pretty average at the moment, so like they're kind of, you know, they could probably sit somewhere around the can be fun niche use cases area. But that's kind of where I've started. So if you guys do want to have a quick look at this and, you know, pause or screenshot or whatever, feel free. But we'll jump into the rest of them. Niche use cases you've got here, like Blue Jericho, Blue Gil Thunder, Red Slater, and then obviously Green Gil Thunder. This is for like, you know, Grey Demon. This is for like, you know, some reverse stages, as well as some Tower of Trials. She can actually do a decent amount of damage. Gil Thunder is for like part of, actually I probably wouldn't want to move him up here to the PvP team, but we'll do that when we get there, to do with like the defense team. So without further ado, as they say, let's get stuck in. So first line, oh, can I get this to line up? That'll do, perfect. So the first thing is Red Arthur. I mean, straight into PvP, right? He's part of the human team, along with Barn, and then we'll obviously, as we work through, we'll put the rest of them up there. Actually, I suppose we can find them while we're here. Where are we? There's Reinhardt. This is going to be a bit of a thing. There we go. Just move my mouse so it's a bit easier for myself. And then you've also got, where's Terry? He's part of the human team as well. Yeah, cool. I think that's a good start to the human team. There's obviously a few others we can do, but that's kind of your human team you'd run in PvP. Oh, actually, wait. Where's the goat? I left him down here. There he is. Good old Twigo. All right, you'd run Twigo on the back, of course. So that's your mono red human team. That's very, very strong. I don't know what that Meliodas is. It's just not even worth your time. Lolly Merlin is actually still very, very good, right? Like, she's still very, very strong in terms of multiple different use cases, and, you know, things she can do. She has a great passive where she can only tank 40% of damage with a damage cap. She's got an infect. She's got a power strike card. So still a very good unit to this day. A very old festival unit now, but still a very good festival unit. Hawk and Oslo, just don't even bother, right? Ram and Rem are actually kind of making a comeback. I would I would say strong. You know what? I'm going to put them both in strong. I wouldn't say they're like broken, but you know the unknown team is definitely making a bit of a comeback with Ram in the back and like you know Nanashi, or sorry, Ram in the front and Nanashi's relic and stuff as well. But Ram can actually be really helpful for things like the deer or you know even the bird, as well as a bit of fun in PvP. So I definitely think she can go there. Sigurd is definitely part of the Ragnarok team in PvP. If I can, we might have to wait to see as we go through and if I find them all as we go. But you've got like your Wedding Brunhilds, your Deannes. Yeah, we're just gonna have to unblind. So you guys, I'm sure will have seen them, but we'll have to wait till as we keep going. So yeah, Sigurd's definitely part of the. Okay, that's not working. Sigurd's part of the Ragnarok PvP team. Next we have Thonar. Thonar is very niche, right? This green Thonar is pretty much only used in Belmoth with the cleanse to increase the attack, so it's worth investing in, but you know, very, very niche. Green Valenti, I wouldn't even bother. It's old now, even with a Holy Relic, is not really worth it. Not really, yeah, worth your time. He's either PvP or strong. Festival Zeldris. I'm gonna go with strong. No, I've got to go PvP. So my umming and ahhing there, guys, was just purely because like he can be fun in normal matches, like a normal against you know PvE stuff, but most PvE content can't be debuffed anymore, or like lowered really, which is very annoying. So him and his Holy Relic would definitely go in PvP, I would say. You know what? No, I'm going to move him to strong. There's definitely a use case for him there. So I think he's good there. Summer Merlin is definitely a PvP bit of content there. Chandler is I reckon he's at the least strong, if not broken, especially with his Holy Relic. I think he's really good in a whole bunch of different scenarios. So yeah, I'm going to leave him there for multiple use cases. Obviously great on the Demon team, which is like the current meta, and lots of fun to use. Don't bother. Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, no, it would be don't bother. Don't bother. Like these heroes are kind of like just filler SSR heroes, right? Red Eastern. Yeah, I mean, I would say she's here, maybe here, but I don't use her. I have her, and she just sits there, just doesn't do anything. Red Zeldris is probably a don't bother. The only specific kind of scenario is maybe you're building like a Darkness Deer team, and you need a red unit to be part of that. But like I said, I think I've only ever seen Amazing do that, and that was cool, but definitely not worth investing into for Arthur, Bellion. Both just not bothering as well. The Brawler Barn is Demonic Beast specific, so he's part of the King team for Thonar, so very, very good for that if that's what you're using. Red Liz is actually, I'm pretty sure that's the right Red Liz, it's actually kind of goated. I think she's strong. She has a great passive ability. She has a great Holy Relic and works really well as a sub-slot unit, just like kind of like Zeldris. So I would definitely put her in strong. Don't bother with that Demon Melee. Droll, I've seen Droll with like his Holy Relic and stuff, and maybe he can be fun, or niche use case, but I don't really use him. Let's put him in the can be fun slot. Blue Eastern, again, I'm just going to go with don't bother. Suicide Liz that's a horrible name for her, but Suicide Liz is PvP specific for sure. You can use her in Tower of Trials and stuff as well if you want to. So I'd say I don't really want to put her in broken because it hurts my soul, but she kind of is. She deep full cleanse, full heals. Yeah, she's going to broken. That's just annoying, but she is. Halloween, Elaine is going to go on niche use case. I actually use her for the Red Demon Hell, just because she can damage boost, so she can be kind of helpful, but you know, somewhere around there. Hawk and Liz, don't bother. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't even worry. Same thing with that King. Fraldrin is, again, probably, I would either say strong or PvP, but let's go with broken again. Far out. I hate that those two are there, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, my boy Gallant, just don't bother. Deanne, don't bother. She kind of can be fun. I'm going to put her in can be fun. She's annoying as all heck to fight, but she can be fun. Blue Gotha, don't bother. Helbram, unfortunately, don't bother. We were talking with someone the other day about how a fairy team would be great if they actually could make one, but they all suck at the moment. Hendrickson, don't bother. Who's this one? This is Zaneri. No, Zaneri's the other one. This is Jenna. Jenna's got some niche use cases for like outfits and stuff, I believe, in the demon battles. So I don't actually have this blue Jericho, but I'm going to put her in don't know, but I'd say she's hovers somewhere in here. I haven't really seen her much. Ludo, if it's a whale Ludo, is PvP team / broken. It can be very, very strong. So if you've got a whale Ludo, that's awesome. Or just a fully invested in Ludo will also help. Matrona, blue Matrona. I kind of want to put her in with Droll and the Can Be Fun team, but I think she just... let's go niche use cases. Let's go niche, because I've seen her used in some final bosses and stuff like that as well. So, blue Muscular, unfortunately, don't bother. She is actually... Millam's actually quite strong. She's definitely a demonic beast killer. I'm going to change this title specifically because I think she's really good for demonic beast there. She could also be in Can Be Fun as well. For this Merlin, nope. This Mono, nope. Nanashi, now with the Holy Relic, is kind of goated, so he's definitely going up with the unknown team in PvP. To be fair, you could probably use him anywhere, to be honest, but as long as you're using him with the unknown team. So we'll get there as we get there, fill out the rest of the unknown team, because we've still got a bit to go. This barn, yeah, straight up don't bother. This is the free rumor, I believe, and I'd also put him in don't bother. I don't have him, so maybe you guys can argue he can be fun or has some niche use cases, but I've never seen him be needed for anything. Blue Skinny King is kind of a don't bother. His Petrify can kind of be helpful, but unfortunately there's much better units in the game now. Blue Slater, you could maybe run him for Hell, for Hell Red Demon, but unfortunately there's just better units for that now. Nope, Fighter Matrona's there. Blue Tarmiel, I would still say is strong. He's not quite broken, but he's definitely strong. He's a great link still. Unfortunately, New Tarmiel's better, but we'll get to him. Blue the One Escanor, I still think he's in strong, I would say. I don't think he's broken anymore, because the new Escanor kind of obliterates him, unfortunately, but I still think he's good. He's a great free-to-play unit for you guys all to start off with, if you do need to. Blue Venti, wouldn't bother. New Wings King, unfortunately, he's maybe very niche use case, but if not, don't bother. Blue Zeldris, unfortunately, no. Green Arthur, I'm going to put him in... You know what, I'm going to put him in... Oh... No, you know what? I'm going to leave him in broken, and a lot of people might disagree and argue with this, but as I've said in my previous videos, I think Green Arthur's a bit of a goat, and I think his passive is extremely underrated in PvE content, and he's actually got a decent Holy Relic, so I'm leaving him there. These two, they can go and don't bother. Miss those guys. Assault Melee, they can be fun. My boy Assault Melee, I'm going to probably do a video just ranting about Assault Melee and a few other heroes soon, but he can be fun, but he's nowhere near as good, unfortunately. There's way better melees. Snatch Barn, nah, don't bother. Counter Meliodas, nah. Green Liz is niche use case, right, for demonic beasts. Sorry, not the bird and the deer, but just the demon battles you do. Death Pierce is actually a pretty decent backline unit if you don't have a better one. So he's either can be fun or he's strong. I feel like he's somewhere in between this, but let's leave him in strong. Hendrickson is part of the demon team, but there's better ones for him now, so I'm going to put in can be fun. Like, these two are kind of a part of the Esterosa demon team, but there's been better units brought out for them now, unfortunately. This is just a don't bother. This is a... I've seen it used sometimes in, like, demonic beasts and stuff, but nah. For me, it's a don't bother. Droll, again, this Droll is probably in here as well, unfortunately. Green, is this the Halloween one? I think this is the Halloween one. You can use her in a PvP unit team. Green Elaine, nope. This is a demonic beast for sure. This Liz is actually, I feel like for me at least, was kind of slept on until she appeared for the demonic beasts. And the remove buff card, the heal card, the ult is all pretty strong, and she's got a good holy relic, so definitely a good unit there. Green Escanor, the OG, best unit in the game, still best unit in the game for sure. I'm going to put in Can Be Fun, just because it's Green Escanor, right? Counter Estarossa can be fun, I guess, or niche use cases. Probably niche use cases, I would say. It's not really that needed. Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. Unfortunately, don't bother. Green Halloween Gotha. I am very... This is God's unit. No, I'm going to put Broken. He's definitely very, very good. His rank up is crazy helpful. His dissolve is effective if you can use it, and his passive is really strong as well. So I use Green Gotha for everything basically, so very, very good. Green Grimoire, nope. Green Gila, nope. Hawk, nope. Halbram, no. Or is this the... Pretty confident this is the Alt Rush Merlin. I might be wrong there. I'm sure you guys will tell me if I am. But if that's the one that adds Ultimate Gauge, she definitely can be fun as almost maybe strong or PvP. But basically is help part of Alt Rush, right? Which is kind of gross, but can also help in other things around the game. Green Monspeed, unfortunately, he's down here. He's a bit the Gentleman's Demon, unfortunately. This has got a very specific niche use case in Tower of Trials. If you do use that barn with his abilities. Roxy, I'm not sure. Can't remember this guy's name. I don't know. I've seen him drop off a lot though. Unfortunately, he's not really the same, but he can be. It looks like he can be fun in some PS unit teams with the new melee and stuff like that. This Shin is actually pretty solid. I'm going to put Halloween Shin in Can Be Fun because he's also used for like gold farming and stuff with his AoE damage. So niche maybe Can Be Fun, something along those lines. Green King, nope, wouldn't recommend. Nope. Niche use case for Demonic Beast Helmoth, right? Belmoth. Zaratras, again, niche use case for some demons. Red Arthur, not really needed anymore now that we have Summer Deanne, but again, can be a niche use case if you don't have Summer Deanne for like OG Demon and stuff like that. I'm going to put this Lilia, just this is a personal preference in the Can Be Fun slot. The other, obviously the new Christmas Lilia is fun, but the Holy Relic and just running some debuffs and stuff on people, you can actually see some decent damage numbers. So she's probably more don't bother, but for me, no, I can't be too, no, she's in don't bother. I can't be too picky. Not sure about this guy, I can't remember his name. I've seen him not used too much though. Camilla, don't bother. Halloween, no, don't bother. Nope. Red Derriere, definitely a niche use case for like a nuking, what's it called? Howlex Demon. Nope. Fortunately, this Escanor is definitely like, he can maybe be fun, but I probably wouldn't really bother with him anymore. I think you get him for free at level 90 fully awakened, and I've just never used him. Alright, we're getting there. Red Estarossa, no, he's garbage, unfortunately. Same, so is this one. So is Galland, Wedding Deanne, yep. Red Gil Thunder, yep. Red Glocks, yep. Red Gotha is definitely up here, and I'm gonna go probably Broken as well, if not in with the PvP attack disable team. But the attack disable can actually be really helpful in other, storyline stuff and PvE stuff as well. So I'd definitely worth investing in Gotha. Gila, nope. Can't remember this guy's name for the sake of me. I'm having a mind blank. Man, I'm going bad today. KO, something like that. I think he's really strong. He's not as powerful as he used to be, but his ignites are still really, really decent. I wish I was around to get him, because I really like that ignite thing. So I'd say he's strong. His stats are a bit weaker now, unfortunately. Lost Vein Meliodas, if he ever comes to global, we'll all, I think, fall off in our seats. Red Halloween, Melascula, I definitely think is a niche use case. She can be used for like Tower of Trials and stuff like that. So yeah, can be useful there. Red Merlin, I just wouldn't bother. Mono wouldn't bother. Unfortunately, Gentleman's Demon still wouldn't bother. Wouldn't bother. I am probably going to ruffle a few feathers here, but I'm going to put... He's just not quite broken, is he? I think he's strong. He has a great... He's great as a link. He's got some application, but just not quite what we want. Red Shin, I just got him. I'm not really a fan. Suppose maybe he can be fun if you have like no, I'm gonna put him in don't bother. Leave if you have got the green one, use him instead. Basically, I'm talking 7 catastrophes. That's what I'm currently weighing up in my head, whether it's worth it. Maybe some niche use cases. I'll give him niche use case. Don't bother. Man, look at all these don't bother heroes. Far out. Margaret, I think, is pretty goated. I'm going to put her in broken. I think she's fantastic. I use her a whole bunch with a whole bunch of different use cases. She has a cleanse. She has a attack increase, a damage decrease. So I think she's a very, very good festival unit still. And if you 6/6 her ult, it can still do a heck of a lot of damage. My nemesis that I can never pull, Cusack, I think can be fun, especially if you can get his Holy Relic. I think he still has a place in the game. Not a massive place in the game, but I think he can be fun for like bird and deer, and even deer and stuff like that as well. Oh, sorry, I'm not sure I'm doing there. Brunhild is a PvE monster. I would put her in broken. She's definitely a demonic beast killer. But I'd say she can do so much more than that as well. So definitely a broken unit, and definitely worth investing in and getting her Holy Relic. This is... People are going to flame me. This is Ragnarok Deanne. So she's going to go up here with... Where's my other Ragnarok? There. With Sigurd. Green Mono, don't bother. Red Eastern. There's so many Easterns. Hauser, don't bother. Festival Gotha is... where did I drop him? There he is. He is strong. I'd say he's broken almost, especially with his Holy Relic, right? Like, Gothas are really good. I think with his Holy Relic, he becomes very, very good, and he has a great passive as well. Chad King, again, for me, I think he's broken. He's definitely dropped off a lot. He's not as powerful as he used to be, but I still think his shield is so strong, especially in PvE content, and can save your butt a lot, and has a great ultimate as well. Gilthunder, don't bother. Magelda is obviously a very specific demonic beast killer. And then, what else we got? Green Deanne. I don't think I've ever seen this one. What's this Deanne? I might just be off my head. No, Waste of Merlin. Red Matrona is definitely a demonic beast killer. She's fantastic for it. Her taunt lasts 3 turns. She has a remove buff card. She has a great passive for it. I think Halloween Slater is definitely can be fun. I've seen him being used and being very annoying, but doesn't really have much of a use case outside of that. Christmas Lilia was definitely I'm going to leave her in strong. I think she's still got a really good Holy Relic. She can still dish out a heck of a lot of damage with debuffs. So you know what? I'm going to leave her there. I like her there. Trader Meliodas, I think he's still insanely good. Like, he's the first god on the list. I think his passive is crazy good. He does so much damage. He still has a place, and he can still hold his own ish in PvP. He's a PvE monster still. I still prefer him over Purgatory Melee for like the bird and the deer and stuff like that if I'm using him. So I think he's brilliant. Green Sariel, I think he is... I don't want to know, strong or broken. I would say he's very good with his... I'm going to go strong. His Holy Relic is really, really good, and it pairs very well with Tamiel's Holy Relic. And he's just not quite good enough to be broken, but he does have quite a few use cases, and he can be really helpful. This is Time Limit Dungeon Liz, so she's got a very specific niche use case. Green Melascula, unfortunately, is for me a don't bother. Again, I've seen her run in some fun demon teams, but not worth it. Skadi is, I'd say, broken. I think she's if not strong, right? I think, let's go broken. She's got a lot of applications in PvE. And she obviously has run on the dogs team. You can run her on the deer team. And I've used her a few times on like event bosses and stuff. So I think she's definitely worth investing in. Blue Alat, I wouldn't bother. Blue Elaine, I wouldn't bother. I think Mono was really cool this Mono was really cool when she came out, but I think she's probably more can be fun now. She just doesn't have the stats to back her up for the rest of the the rest of it, right? Rimuru, I'm so jealous of people that have Rimuru. I still want to put him up here in Broken. I think he has multiple use cases. He works very well in PvP. I think he's great on like Belmoth Demon. You could even use him for like dogs or even bird or something, right? Probably wouldn't, but I still really like him. Yorm is another demonic beast killer, right? She's for the deer, what Magelda is for the bird, what oh, we haven't got to Thonar yet, but what Thonar is for the dogs, right? It's Minimara, I think her name is. I can't remember. I don't know. I have no idea. Light Liz, I would say she's in strong. I didn't say she's broken. I used her a lot when she first came out, but I think her passive can be really helpful, and she can dish out a decent amount of damage. I know a lot of people give her a bad rap, but I still think she's strong. Use her for Knighthood boss battles. I've used her for final bosses, so I'm gonna leave her in strong. I'm happy with that. Don't bother with this one. Summer Diane, Festival Diane, I think is close to God, but not quite. I think with Red Tarmiel Link, she is so strong. She has so many different use cases. You can use her in PvP, PvE. She's great. Ragnarok Barn is probably, I would say, the best subunit in the game. It's a big call, but I use him the most for everything. So I'm going to put him in Broken just because I use him so much, and he does so much for the attack of your team. Red Tarmiel is straight into God's Invest in now. He has a link, but just having him a high level link is going to save your team so much. You're going to have, his link is crazy, right? Has he got? You know what? I take that back. I'm going to put him in Broken, and people might cry out in pain, but I think he is a god of the game. Don't get me wrong, right? Like by title alone, he's here. But if we're talking about in terms of like investing in him, he's definitely worth investing in. But like the only time you're really going to need the extra boost in CC for him as a link is like PvP, right? So like in PvE, I had him sitting at like level 80, level 90, like without fully super awakened for quite a while, and he was still doing his job as a link, right? So no, I can tell, I can see the comments already. You guys are right. He's a god. He needs to be invested in. Wedding Brunhild is part of the Ragnarok team, which is just here. It's still a lot of fun and can be useful in other parts of the game, but still a good team. Useless Meliodas, Useless Liz, Cusack. Alright, now we're getting onto the demon team. Have I got anyone up here for demons yet? No, so we're going to do all the demon team is coming in. Here we go. So this is all PvP demon team. If you guys have been seeing it, it's been a heck of a lot of fun to be using. There we go. And I've just realized this list does not have Purgatory Meliodas in it because I'm an idiot. So Purgatory Meliodas, just imagine he goes up here in the PvP team, or he goes into God's Investor now, right? He's such a good festival unit. He's really good for a whole bunch of different content. He's insanely strong in PvP. So Purgatory Meli has a nice little box right here. Knew I was going to miss someone. That's a shame. Oh well. Cool, let's keep on trucking through then. Grimoire would have been up here if he hadn't got nerfed. Now he's just, don't even bother, unfortunately. He's right back down here. He can be useful in like the reverse stage, and that's pretty much about it. Naofumi is up here in the defense team, and that's where the niche use case for Gil Thunder comes in. Where's and there's Raftalia, right? Like this is a full defense team that you can run. Naofumi's still strong. I don't see too many people with Naofumi, to be honest. Oh no, that's Halloween Eastern. That's where Halloween Eastern needs to go. This is a don't bother Eastern. Okay, Halloween Eastern is up here because she's useful in PvP if you're running, like a human team. Again, this is your unknown team, right, for PvP. Very strong still in the, well, not very strong, but still playable in the meta. Unfortunately, the demon team is just absolutely smoking everyone, but the mono green is definitely beneficial. I mean, if there's any doubt, like you need a good Escanor. Like a great Escanor is just going to hard carry you through everything. But Freya, I'm going to put, I mean, he's definitely a demonic beast killer, but I'm going to put him broken as well. I think he's really, really good for all PvE content, and the higher the dupe, obviously the better he is, but even with like 1 out of 6, I think he's still very, very good. Kizune is very strong as well. I'm going to put strong or broken. I think we're so strong. I think she's a great free unit that we got. Has a great passive ability and Holy Relic, and is really good for a lot of PvE content. Red Valenti, I just wouldn't bother at all. Summer Deanne is a very niche use case for deathmatch, right? Still very good. And lucky last is Red Thonar. So definitely a demonic beast killer. Again, obviously these guys are specific for the demonic beasts. So, this is the list. I'm sure this list doesn't incorporate everyone. Like I said, I've missed out on Purgatory Melee, which makes me very upset, but he is definitely a god unit that just goes here, and obviously up in PvP as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed my rankings and my list. If you guys disagree or, you know, want to make any changes, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure that you will have some stuff that you probably don't agree with, which is very fair. You know, this is just my personal opinion, but, you know, thanks for all the support recently, and I will catch you guys in the next one.